is Hall Director at SUNY Plattsburgh, as well as Sawyer Cook, who is a fraternity and sorority life graduate advisor at the University of Vermont. It is my pleasure to introduce our last presentation for today, Delta Phi Epsilon.
Hi, I'm Samantha. I'm the president.
I'm Elise, and I'm a member at large.
I'm Victoria, and I'm the member educator for Spring 2016.
Hi, I'm Maggie, and I'm vice president of programming.
Hi, I'm Brooke, and I'm a new member.
Esse quam videre, to be rather than to seem to be. This simple statement defines what we, as members of Delta Phi Epsilon, have been aspiring to model within the Plattsburgh community. Over the years, we have continually worked hard both inside and outside the fraternity sorority community to exemplify our motto. The values of Delta Phi Epsilon are values that we individually value in our everyday lives. We incorporate these values into our everyday lives through our Pearl program. The Pearl program is a requirement that we have from our international headquarters. It consists of our 5 values: sisterhood, service, social, scholarship, and self. We strive to implement each of these values every week and record it for ourselves and our international headquarters.
Service has been improving for us both last year and this year. We hold 2 chapter community service events per month to help our members complete at least 15 hours of community service per semester. Some new things that we started this semester is we paired up with Meadowbrook Nursing Home, and every Sunday we have a group of girls go there to volunteer and hang out with the people there. And we also do the Mardi Gras every year, which is a tradition for our chapter. We have 3 national philanthropies: Cystic Fibrosis Foundation, Anorexia Nervosa and Associated Disorders, and the Delta Phi Epsilon Educational Foundation. And this year we have started some new traditions for our philanthropy events, such as the lip sync paint contest we did with Beta Gamma last semester, and then this semester we hosted a 65 Roses campaign, which we sold flowers the week before Valentine's Day. And those are both very successful, and we hope to keep these traditions over the next years.
Throughout our new member process, we not only instill our values and traditions within the new members, but we also instill respect and the passion that we all hold within this organization. All our new members are encouraged to take positions and take positions and get involved with things that interest them throughout not only our organization but also through the campus. Some of these things include all of our members go to at least one ISA meeting, so they get to see the Inter-Sorority Association, how it works, the different members that are involved in it, different leadership opportunities that they can receive. They also go to committee meetings such as hazing prevention, and we have a question and answer section during our member ed process about our leadership team and what positions that they've held previously if they want to one day become a leader on our organization. Over the past year, we have applied for Greek office positions as well as held ISA executive board positions and currently have a chairperson position on hazing prevention committee. Our new members over the past year have truly grown individually and all together. We've seen them come from shy inside their shells to stepping out and not being afraid to voice their opinion, which is something that we've tried to encourage for our new members. And the things that we've done differently this year is we focus on bonding relationships within their new member class as well as with our organization. We've had community service events that they've attended together with us, and also they held their own, so they know how much work it goes into building their own community service event, but they also had one with us, so we showed an example for them. We've also had nominations for positions for the upcoming year at our new member process. The girls encouraged each other, positions they thought that they would be good at, things that they were interested in. We answered questions for them, so then when they did come to their first chapter meeting, they were able to see how we also support those exact same values for them, that we nominate those people for those positions. So they have the opportunity to grow together also for the upcoming year.
It's been great to see the improvements that we've made, to be standing in front of you guys again for the 2nd year in a row, just to see where we've come since then. It's exciting. We have reached cap with our new members. We currently have 65 women in our sorority. We've also maintained a high chapter GPA. Ways that we've done that, we keep track of our library hours, and every month we're rewarded for them. And this semester we actually decided to involve another organization, Alpha Sig. We are doing a competition, and then whoever has the most library hours between organizations, the other has to host a barbecue for them, and they bring the food. And it's just a way that we can have a friendly competition and just work towards maintaining our high chapter GPA. Another thing that has been really great is that through DFIE and our international headquarters and our CAP program, we are mandated to have, encouraged to have 75% of our chapter involved in other organizations on campus. And actually that's been no problem for us. We have 90% of our members are involved with multiple organizations on campus. That is including women holding leadership positions within these, such as Relay for Life and Up Till Dawn, and holding positions on these boards and getting us involved further. And Engage You is a leadership conference that Delta Phi Epsilon has exclusively. We're supposed to send 4 members, and I feel like in the past, from what I've seen, it's almost kind of not pulling teeth, but come on, who's going to go to Engage You? But this semester, we were overwhelmed with the girls that were volunteering who wanted to attend, and we were actually able to send 8 of them. And so that was a big deal for us, to see that these women actually want to go, and they want to attend, and they want to further their leadership. And, yeah.
As a new member, I can proudly say that all new members are encouraged to take on positions and to become actively involved on campus. And we've been educated about each position, and I look forward to having the opportunity to run for coordinator recruitment, because I'm thrilled to be able to show other women who are on this campus or who have not been on this campus yet, who are coming next year, the amount of love and support, and just the overwhelming amount of audacity it takes all the women in my sorority to come together and do everything that we do, because during the new member education process, they and get us involved and slowly and surely, and then you get into it, and then you're initiated, and it's just a whole different kind of feeling. But throughout the entire process, I've never once felt uncomfortable or anything, and I can truly say that I know other girls in my new member class have feel the same too.
We as Delta Phi Epsilon believe that we lead by example as role models through the challenging experience we have faced and accomplishments we have made to become a stronger, value-based organization. Delta Phi Epsilon is defined by its women and an inspiring and empowering sisterhood, and we strive to engage in a lifetime of leadership and service.
Guys, any questions for us?
Yes. Well, thank you for presenting.
So I just was curious to know what you all may have thought sparked that change in interest in attending Engage You, going from, like you said, pulling teeth or having little interest to sending more than half of what's required to the conference this year.
I can speak on that. When I first got in, I felt that a lot of older sisters or people that were in for a longer amount of time kind of had the big positions, and we weren't as encouraged to take these big positions. It was kind of, you take the smaller ones and one day you'll work yourself up. But where we are now, it's saying, I know that when I was on our exec board, there was 2 of us that were sophomores, and we were on our exec board. So I think that they encouraged us more once as we get older to give those chances to the younger girls, women, and they will be able to perform to our standard.
When I was initiated in fall 2014, she was actually on our executive board, and I remember because we hold position voting for our executive board every spring, so we do fall to spring terms, and I saw them and I was like, I could be on the executive board. I feel confident in myself, but I was also like, I just got initiated last semester, will I get it? And I did, and I tell everybody now, go for it, because you just don't know, and I was very surprised, but I was very flattered.
I also think that a lot of people don't understand what Engage You is, and I think that it's basically like a learning experience that we like explain to them like what Engage You is. So I think at first everyone kind of like backs off because they don't want to have such a big commitment to go to a conference, and then once it's more talked about and once more people have gone and like give them more insight on it, a lot of people are a lot more interested in it.
So you talked a lot about your community service, how much you value that, and your academics and things along those lines. I was wondering, how do you keep that accountable within your sorority?
So we encourage every member to have, we do it on a monthly basis, so I encourage everyone to have like 5 hours every month to keep them on the track since there's 3 months in the semester. So then you have the 5 hours every month, so then it adds up to 15. But we do highly encourage everyone to go out above and beyond 15 hours. We actually have 2 women who went on alternative spring break and they got a bunch of hours through that, and we just keep encouraging people to not only reach 15 but go past it.
You talked about a lot of positive things. It's very good. You have a nice showing here. Can you tell me about a challenge that you've overcome this year?
I can talk about that. In the beginning of the semester, the fall semester, we were put on sanctions from the spring of last year, and we were on social probation for the first about 8 weeks of the semester. And that, I think, was a very strong thing that we needed to overcome. And for us, we went through a lot of sanctions workshops. We held a really successful risk management workshop. We brought in our national headquarters, and they did a whole workshop for us and for the entire Greek life community, and I think that was very successful. Like, everyone, I think, would agree with that. But as far as the social probation goes, we struggled a lot with trying to keep our sisters like happy and like keeping us like at a social turnout, if like as if we couldn't do it like as like a group. So we had to like compromise with being able to all be together.
I think sometimes it felt like it was all work and no play, and that made it a little difficult to keep our members engaged and motivated and wanting to attend our mandated like meetings and like chapter. But I almost think it was a blessing in disguise it ended up being, because all of us like had to come together in a way that we weren't used to doing before, and I think it was great for us.
We also people were very boisterous about that they were sad that we didn't have as many social events, and it was taking away from our sisterhood altogether. And we had our chapter advisor, Sam Rundo, who's also one of our alumni, come, and she is a motivational speaker, and she works on body image and your self-worth and things like that. And we sat here, it was an hour planned, literally right here on the floor. It was an hour planned, and we were here for 4.5 hours. And we just opened up, and we needed something like that, and it was challenging to hear how people were upset, but we heard things from other people that you didn't know was going on, so you got to see more of an insight, but it was because of those sanctions that we were able to see that. But it was definitely a challenge, but it truly did bring us all together. We were corny as heck at the end, but it really did bring us all together. It was something that made us stronger as a whole.
I also feel like because we like lost a lot of our like social privileges, that we gained a lot of our sisterhood privileges on like a high level.
How did that impact your recruitment?
I don't think they knew.
No one ever asked, to be honest with you.
And we weren't advertising.
Definitely not.
And also, we were able to appeal our sanctions.
Right.
So by the time our new member class was initiated, our sanctions had been lifted. So what they didn't know didn't hurt them.
How do you feel? Great, thank you for being honest and transparent. How do you think that might have reminded you or made your sisterhood come together and think about like maybe recruiting in a different way or celebrating different things rather than social? Did that happen at all, or?
Well, we aren't allowed to have new members at our social events that are with other organizations, which, I mean, in the past, I think that it used to be allowed, or it wasn't as not allowed. So I think that we had to, before this even happened, decide how are we going to get these girls interested and see how fun we can be without it being our social events with other organizations. So we did go ice skating, went apple picking. It was different things. They could see us in our element where we can be laughing and joking, not necessarily in the social event with other people. So it kind of happened, I think, a little bit before that even was an issue. But I understand that it can definitely, it's a different factor. It would bring in a different opportunity.
Are there any more questions? Thank you for coming today.
Thank you very much.